Paul, can we please talk about just the general UFC news in general? There was no event last week, which was a strange one, and I'm also going to do a recap of Rough N Rowdy 17, specifically the main event, the big amateur redneck boxing event brought to you by Barstool Sports. It's a hella good time. It was really fun. I had a great time watching it, but they actually sell the pay-per-views for a few weeks after, so I thought I'd hold off on that breakdown just so that I wasn't spoiling it for anybody. But I'm going to be breaking that down in just a few moments, having a quick look at the news, seeing which fighters are looking to try and come back, which fighters are demanding title shots, and who's got opponents for UFC London. So all that and more coming up for the Burt Locker episode 119. Right, so first off, let's have a look at the Rough N Rowdy 17 main event. You had Mr. Bobby Lights Out Bobby Lang, taking on Noah DiCaprio, otherwise known as Big Dick Booty Daddy, for the undisputed belts or whatever they are for Rough N Rowdy. I'll tell you what, I was really looking forward to this fight because look, Big Dick Booty Daddy, Noah DiCaprio, whatever you want to call him. There was just so much hype going into it because he was the brash shit talker. You had, Bobby Lang as the kind of quiet, more kind of reserved guy who just gets the job done. There was a good narrative going in there. I love getting behind a bad guy. I was a big Triple H fan as a kid, like growing up in wrestling. I like the heel, I like it. I think it's fun. It's just, but occasionally the heel has to deliver. And yeah, Big Dick Booty Daddy, Noah DiCaprio, I've got to say, that was disappointing, sir. Just, what was going on? But you were trying to wrestle him. Like, what were you doing? Every time you engaged, you shot in for a fucking takedown, but then couldn't get the takedown, so tried to, pull guard? It is a boxing match. Did nobody tell Big Dick Booty Daddy this was boxing? Boxing. Not wrestling, not mixed martial arts, none of that. What was going on? Like, that was absolutely bizarre. And then, to top it off, like, you throw your own shoulder out trying to wrestle Bobby Lang and then have to quit on the stool. And you're still talking shit after. No, because the thing is, the shit talk has to be backed up at some point. And honestly, I thought it would be. I had 14 pounds on you, you wanker. It wasn't an official bet, it was just a wager with a friend, but still, yeah, very bizarre. What a bizarre end to an otherwise really fun event. It was still a very fun event, despite no El Presidente there either. That was disappointing. I like a bit of El Presidente. The rest of the guys there at Barstool Sports did a tremendous job of bringing us the pay-per-view, putting on an entertaining show, and all the other fighters did as well. It is. I can thoroughly recommend Rough N Rowdy as a really good way to spend $30 with you and your mates. Just have a barbecue, have some beers, and because it's kind of, yeah, it's not the highest level of boxing you'll ever see, but it is fun. It is super fun. Yeah, with the exception of the main event, which was just bizarre, as I said. Fair play to Bobby Lang. He keeps his belts, but it was just weird. That was a weird way to end the night. Anyway. Before I go into the news, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed already. Over like 70% of viewers are not subscribed. Please, can you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. Also, jump in the comments. It all helps my algorithms. Call me a wanker, call me a dickhead. I don't care. Just do something. Put something in the comments for me. That'd be much appreciated. Also, head over to the Patreon if you want to further support the show. Basically, it's like £1 a month, which is a bargain. You get exclusive early access to the fight picks on a Friday, and there is exclusive content that just goes on there kind of ad hoc, really, as and when I record it. So, yeah, it's just a good way to support the show, and it'd be massively appreciated. But thank you anyway. So, the news. Paddy Pimlet finally has an opponent for UFC London, and it's Jordan Leavitt. Now, this is interesting, right? Because I quite like Jordan Leavitt. He is for me an absolute. I think he might be a serial killer. He's got frozen heads in his freezer, and well, I have no evidence to back that up. But just look at his face. Look, that is a serial killer right there. They're going to make a Netflix documentary about him one day. So he's no walkover for Paddy Pimlet. Although, as I say, you know, Leavitt, he might be a serial killer, but Paddy, you know, he's a scouser. He's going to be no stranger to knives himself, right? This could be really interesting. This could be a very interesting tear-up. I'm just kidding. They're not going to allow knives in the octagon. I mean, they pat them down before they go. I mean, they do pat them down. So does that mean that it was a problem at one point? Let me know in the comments. In the history of mixed martial arts, I mean, I would imagine it would have to be at some really grassroots level. Has anyone ever snuck a weapon into the octagon? Let me know in the comments. I might have to Google that later. But yeah, it's either way. It's going to be fun to see Paddy back. On a serious note, Jordan Leavitt is an excellent grappler in his own right, and I would say that Paddy Pimlet, he usually has the grappling advantage. So it will be interesting to see if this goes to the ground, to see who has the advantage. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to this fight massively. I would say that Paddy's going to be an odds-on favourite. There could be some value on Leavitt in this one because he had a huge slam. I forget who he slammed, but just Google Jordan Leavitt slam KO and you'll find it. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. He's very strong. He's very physically strong. He's very athletic as well. And on the grappling, he's very, very competent. So it's not a foregone conclusion, this one. But it'll be interesting to see. Paddy Pimlet's already started bringing the weight back down, as you can see here. This little exchange between him and Paulo Costa. This is the bromance that we didn't know we needed, guys. It's wonderful. Like, you know, Paulo Costa's just like, hey, you know, maybe you could help me shed the weight. And, you know, Paddy Pimlet kind of responds back saying, yeah, get down to Liverpool, lad. We'll get you down to 185 in no time. Chesty. I think he calls him Chesty. He does, yeah, bro. July 23. Help me make weight, like that. It's like, get over to Liverpool, big man. We'll get you down to 185 in no time, Chesty. That's a terrible accent, but still, it's the best I can do at the moment. But yeah, I would love to see those two become friends, like Hamzat and Darren Till. That would be so much fun. Fucking, like, Costa and Paddy. Do you know what I mean? Borchina and the Baddy. That is a sitcom that I would watch. I'd watch all that shit on YouTube because I do like the Darren Till Hamzat stuff. Shout out to Hamzat, he got married. Congratulations to you. Wasn't worth looking into much behind that, so I'll just say congrats. Yeah, so it is funny how a lot of people have a go at Paddy saying he's unprofessional because he balloons up to kind of... So someone put online earlier that he balloons up to 220 pounds. No, he doesn't. He puts quite a lot of weight on his face. He doesn't balloon up that much. Like, he maybe gets to nearly the 200 mark. But people kind of complain about that. But Khabib used to walk around at 200 pounds. No problem. I'm pretty sure Paddy's taller than Khabib. I'm not basing that on any kind of research. In my head, I just feel like Paddy is taller than Khabib. I might be completely wrong. I probably am. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, yeah, look, he doesn't balloon up that much, guys. Like, he still keeps it in the realms of professionalism, and he'll have no problem making that weight. He never has done. And yeah, so the other thing that we've seen in the news is Nick Diaz is looking for a return fight. He is looking for another fight, and it's going to be, well, he wants Kamaru Usman. And you know what? I kind of see where he's coming from, because he was saying that obviously the Robbie Lawler fight, he couldn't get motivated for it because it's not a title shot. You know, he was just going through the motions, and I kind of see where he's coming from. At the same time, though, I mean, he hasn't won a fight in how long? Like, when was the last time Nick Diaz won? It's been so long, I can't even remember off the top of my head. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is Google it. That'll work, won't it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It is, I want to say it's at least 2015. It's going to be 2015 or further back. And you know what? This isn't even fucking working. God damn it. I don't know what's going on with my internet connection here. It's really, really pissing me off today. But in any event, it says site can't be reached and I can't bother to dick around with it. So I'm going to say it's at least 2000. It's been a long time since Nick Diaz last won a fight. Let me know in the comments. When did he last win a fight? I'm going to lean towards 2015, maybe even 2013. But yeah, I think, yeah, I wouldn't hate seeing a matchup with Kamaru Usman. I don't see how he wins it, with the exception of what is coming in, flawless segue here, to Troll of the Week, right? Now this one I saw because I love a bit of MMA math, don't you? Just a little bit of MMA math. I love it. So, here's some MMA math for you relating to the last story about Nick Diaz saying that he wants to fight Kamaru Usman for the welterweight title. Kamaru Usman lost to Jose Caceres, who lost to Nico Price, who lost to Jeff Neal, who lost to Stephen Thompson, who lost to Matt Brown, who lost to Robbie Lawler, who lost to Nick Diaz, at least in the first fight anyway. So MMA math proves that Nick Diaz would/could beat Kamaru Usman. I love that. I love MMA math. It doesn't work. It's all a bunch of shit. But I wouldn't hate seeing that matchup anyway. I really wouldn't. Look, it would definitely sell pay-per-views. I think it would be good for Usman because it would boost his profile even more. And you know what? People would piss and moan that Nick Diaz has cut the line and hasn't won since like 2000 and whatever, 2015 I want to say. But the fact is, Nick Diaz is a draw. The fact is that MMA is entertainment first and foremost. And it would be an entertaining fight, would it not? For as long as it lasts, I think it would be at least entertaining. And the build-up would be entertaining. The speculation would be entertaining. I think, actually, the more I talk about it, the more I'm talking about, you know, this fight being a good one to make. Nick Diaz versus Kamaru Usman makes 0 sense. But make it happen. Put it together. I'm going to be doing my usual terrible bets. I'll be looking at breaking down some fights, looking at how fighters will win, have a way to win. And yeah, there's a lot of useful insight in there if you are looking at trying to get a bit more information for the fighters. This week you've got a really great matchup in Alexander Volkov versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik in the heavyweight division. Now that is a matchup that both of those guys can fully get their teeth into. Looking forward to it. Until then, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.